Hate feeling cold against your skin. Running through the chaos, letting all the sin. Temptation in a bottle, ready for the night. Craving for the thrill, it's time to ignite. Dark desires burning bright. Echoes in the dead of night. No retreat, no looking back on this heart attack.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? We're back again tonight. Finally, we get to some interesting stuff to do with Phillip Island. This has been a story in the news over the last couple of days, and it could be connected to a really old cold case, which is a bizarre story on its own. I don't think any of you are going to believe me when I tell you what this particular case is about. It goes through twists and turns like it is a story from CSI Miami. It really seems like something where you don't get to find the answer to the end. But first, Max, remember Max? Max wants to come on for a little bit to start the show. I'm going to send him a link. He's probably listening. Yeah, I sent him a link. He wants to come on and talk for a couple of minutes. And we'll see what Max has to say. I don't know what he wants to talk about, so we'll see. We'll see. How are you guys going out there? Hey Kim, Tangle Chords is here, Woman of Steel, Sean's here, Carla's here. Hey Carla, Laura T, Chipmunk, Robbie T, who else is here? My friend Woman of Steel is here. I thought I saw Gayla. Who else is here? Marilyn Landis is here. Good work, my friend. Muffin, you are not coming up here, friend. Lynn D's here. Hey, Lynn D. Is Kathy here or is she not here? Here she is. Hey, Kathy Lynch. Good to see you guys. Oh, hey, Rachel made it. Got everyone here. Mamma Mia. I hate mornings. It's everyone. It's everyone except for Potter. Is Potter, Potter, I'm just assuming Potter thinks we're boring. Until told otherwise, I'm going to assume Potter thinks we're a boring show. Tangled says, Max, I've been thinking about you and your mother so much in my prayers. Max is here. Hey, I'm going to put you on. I'll be able to hear you once I put you in the main stage, Max. Hold on. I have to get my headphones. Hold on. I can't hear you yet, buddy. Muffin is my co-host. Yeah, except he wants to come up here every time I do the show. Hey, Max, how are you? Yeah, let's move this around. We'll see. We'll see if he, Oh, unmute Mike. He might be muted, buddy. I don't want to unmute him. Yeah, he's jumped. He'll come back. He'll come back. He'll come back. Hey, Melissa, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. I hear Morning said it is dinner time, so I'll be listening. So if you don't know who Max is and you sort of missed a couple of our last shows, Max is Trisha Graff's son. And Trisha Graff is a missing woman out of South Australia in Australia. She's missing from a town called Endamuka, and it is sort of rural South Australia. And her son, and his dad's been watching. They have been trying to keep the story in the media and keep people interested in it. Try and keep the public talking about it and looking for Trisha to call in, all these type of things. So Rachel said Max is a very strong and brave young man. Yes, I agree. I think he's doing as much as he can in his way to try and advance the search for his mum. So I think that's very, very amazing because I don't think I would be able to do that at his age. So hold on, guys. I'll bring up something about Trisha. Hold on, Trisha. Supple. Yeah, let me bring up the sort of the original update when they declared it a major crime, and it has like all the photos in it. Oh, Max is back. Let's see if he's back. Alright, I can see him, I just don't know if he's ready to come up. We'll see. Alright, I'm gonna bring him up, but we'll see what he does.
You there,
Max,
Ping?
yeah, I can hear.
Yeah. Yeah, I
How
just
you going?
had to speak to Dad because he was confused how to get onto the show.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. How's
Mm.
everything going today on your Saturday?
It's good.
Good. What's it like in town today? Is it hot?
Uh, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Did you go hang out with your buddies today or
Nah,
not today? Not
no.
today. How's Dad? Everything going all right with Dad?
Yeah, he's alright.
He's all right. Just trying to sort of just keep a low profile and hang out at home.
Yeah.
Uh so
Yeah, that
we've
thing, I want to show you something, but I don't know how to share the link to you.
Oh, okay. Do you want to email it to me or is it
Yeah, I'll try doing it. Just turn my
yeah.
camera off real quick.
Yeah, that's all right.
Um, I think. Okay.
Yeah, so as you heard, his dad is probably watching just to keep an eye on what we talk about and, you know, keep an eye on so we don't venture into any topics that are inappropriate. So we won't anyway. Yeah, everyone's saying hi to Max in the chat. Woman of Steel. Rachel says a day at a time, Max. I think it's a good way to look at it. But while he's doing that, I'll put up the other link for a second until he's done with that. So this is Trisha. This is his mom. This is Max's mom here. This was her at the bar.
Is your camera switched off?
Yeah, it's switched off at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
We can turn it on. There you go. It's me. I am not an alien. It's okay.
So
Yeah.
I'll just send through that link. That's a new thing that came up.
Okay. All right. I'll check for it in a second. So this is Trisha at the bar in Roxbury Downs. So we've gone through this, and then this is her automobile, her car that was found, and it has that front end damage to it, which not sure how it became so smashed up. That's something they're trying to figure out and work out. One, how did the car get here? And two, how did it sustain this further damage to the front end? So they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure it out. How you
Did you
been
get
going?
that link?
Let me see. I did not yet. Let me check
Okay.
let me check my other phone. Sometimes it doesn't update on. Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Let's
Apparently, I think they said they found a piece of her clothing.
Oh, really? Okay. Let me grab this. Let me see. Okay, that link is not loading for me. Give me a sec, buddy.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get it working here. Okay. What does it say on here? It says,
Wait, could you bring it up on the screen like how the car's
yeah,
there as well?
I'm trying to find out how to. It's giving me like a bunch of stuff around it, which like it's got a lot of ads on it and stuff, and I'm trying to find out how to get rid of that so we can bring it up. There must be a share function on this. Share function? Yeah. Yeah, it is It is not working for me. Give me 1 second. I'll try and search it another way, and I will try get a better version of this link,
Yeah.
just so we can. Okay, so it looks like it came from here. All right. So it looks like it's come from here. This is where this has come from, I think. And this is when I searched that article that you gave me. It's come from here. And
Yeah.
it says here, we found something. Police launch frantic bushland search for missing mum Trisha Graff in Andamuka. And what are they saying here? Locals report unusual activity. Yeah, I mean, I I think reading the link and the first one you gave me, I just have a feeling that this is just clickbait. I don't think it's actually anything to unfortunately, I don't think it's anything to help with your mum. I don't think so anyway. I don't see any new information that, because if they found clothing, I have a feeling that that would have come out from the South Australian police, or they would have brought in a new search crew today because they would be like, okay, that's the direction we have to go in, to try and
Yeah.
find your mum. So I think it's just really naughty people trying to get a lot of clicks from your mum. Then they're just trying to sensationalize it, which is we don't want to do that. So, but it would have been good. Would have been good if they really did find some clothing, right?
Yeah.
But they you know what? They did find something like clothing. They found your mum's flip-flops or thongs.
Yeah.
Now, actually, this is a good question, Max. I got one for you, a new one.
Yeah.
When your mum drives her car, does she always wear flip-flops?
Most of the time, yeah.
So she likes her thongs?
Yeah.
'Cause, she wouldn't keep, like, a second pair of shoes in the car, would she? Like, when she doesn't wanna
I
wear the.
mean, I would have thought that because we went on holiday.
Okay. So, um, yeah, so you would say she would not keep a second pair of shoes in the car, or she would?
I mean, I don't think she bring any, but
Okay.
when I first found out about her songs there, I just thought that she would have had a pair of shoes, but I don't remember her bringing any, so
Okay, that's a good one to remember. That's good because I think some people were like, "Well, maybe she put on a different pair of shoes and then decided to walk home," or something like that, but I think she was most likely wearing those thongs.
yeah.
Carolina says, when she drives the car, does she take them off to drive?
Uh, no.
Yeah. Let's see. Kim says, "Don't hurt the family in reporting people." Yeah, I think that's it's a shame that people are doing that. Rachel said, "We need to be careful about things not said by the police." Yeah, I reckon if they found some clothing, it would be all over the news. It'd be everywhere because it would be a great break in the case. It would be really good, positive news, which I think we could use some, right, Max? I think we could use a good update.
Yeah.
Do you know if police have been in touch with your dad to give him any good updates lately?
Uh, they haven't really spoken to him about mum.
Okay, fair enough. I was hoping that maybe they might have given your dad some more indications whether they're going to do more searches next week or not.
I mean, I hope they do, but I don't know if they will.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I hope they keep going out there each week and maybe searching other places they haven't looked at yet. Now,
Mm.
Max, I don't know if you saw on the news, but a couple of months ago, a little boy went missing in South
Yeah,
Australia.
Gus.
Gus, so you know that one?
Yeah.
And you would have seen in the news that they came and looked for Gus like many times on that property, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the same police that are searching for your mum, and they haven't given up. They're searching even today for Gus. They're using different techniques now, not so much land searches because they already did that like about 10 times, but they're now using other techniques to try and find Gus. So we can see by that case that they're going to do the same for your mum.
Yeah.
Which would be good. No one's gonna give up on your mum. Hey Shelby, how are you? Good to see you. Let's have a look. If anyone has any questions for Max, just you can ask it. Just try and keep it, PG, age appropriate for Mr. Max, and that would be good. Let's
Real
see.
quick, is your name Ping or is it different?
That is my show name. Yes, that is my show name. That's
Oh,
what
Ping.
everyone on this channel calls me, and you can call me that if you want, and that's
Oh,
fine. But yeah, that was actually my original chat name from like 10 years ago, and my full one was Ping the Router because I used to work in networking computers, and they shortened it to Ping, so that's what everyone's called me for the last 10 years now.
oh yeah.
So it's like a nickname. You know how your mum met that guy on the night called Smurf,
Yeah.
and his name like that's probably not his real name.
Did
So
you also hear about the other guy going missing as well, the same time about Gus did?
which guy?
I don't know his name, but there was a guy that went missing and went missing at the same time as Gus.
Did he in South Australia too?
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, okay. I know there was a guy that went missing that they ended up finding, but unfortunately he was not with us anymore. Fed says, I wonder if there's anything we can do to help Max's family while waiting for more news. That's a good question, Max. Is there anything you and your dad need help with?
I mean, I don't know because I'm not with Dad right now and
Oh,
I'm
okay.
somewhere else. And I mean, it's for like other reasons. It's not really because I'm in a different room to him. I'm just in a different whole place to him.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I understand. That's cool.
Yeah.
You don't have to give us any more details about your location. We don't want to know. So,
Yeah.
that's all good. Diane says, "Stay strong, Max. So many people support you and pray for your mum's safe return."
Thanks.
And I think Max has done a great job at getting more people involved in the search for his mum. I think you've probably told more people and got more people looking at it than I think you even realize.
Yeah.
Um, I was going to ask another question. I don't want to go too far into it. Yeah, if anyone has anything that you think we've missed over the last couple of times of having Max on, I'm happy to ask for you. But so we found out one of the things I think we clarified yesterday was that a lot of people said that your mum had her phone with her, but you said that no, your dad said that it was left at your house, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Yes. So a lot of people saying online that she had a phone or whatever. No, she didn't. Oh yes, Tangled Cord said, um, does your mum did she carry a purse or handbag or something like that on that night?
No. She had her purse at home. She just didn't bring her stuff and lots of people have been asking, why wouldn't you bring your phone or your like purse or whatever? And it's like because she was only going out to go hang out with her friend, not go shopping.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a quick trip, right? They were just gonna duck in and come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think she just took the car keys and the bank card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone's done that. You're just like, I'm just gonna be a minute. I'm just going to run out, get this alcohol, and I'm coming straight back. And
Yeah.
that's why she didn't take very much.
Mm.
Oh, that's a good question. Did your dad ever find out, like on that night when your mum was at the pub and she was picking up the beers for your dad? Did dad ever
Yeah.
find out that she didn't have the money, or did he find that out later?
So I'm pretty sure from what I've been told that Kim mum used Kimberly's phone.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Diane says, "Does your mum wear an Apple Watch or a fitness tracker of any type?"
No.
No. So, Tony said she phoned. Okay. Let's have a look. Any others? Let's have a look. Okay. Woman of Steel said, "I wished Americans cared for each other the way Australians do. It just seems that way to me. Stay strong, Max." Yeah, I think you got like almost like the whole world watching, Max. There's people from Australia down where we live in the south. There's people in the north. There's people in America. There's people in the UK that watch this channel. So you're all over the world right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Let's have yeah, Scotland. This lady is from Scotland. All right, let's go. I want to go back to that article. It's where her thongs were found by the vehicle. Um, okay. Did Dad tell you anything about? So I think one of the questions we had the other night was, were Mum and Dad together at the party, or whatever it was, at a friend's house before they went to Roxbury Downs?
It wasn't a it wasn't a party. It was just mum went to the house, the other house where I don't want to say any names,
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
they went to the house. Well, mum and Kim went to the house, and then dad was at home by himself. He went up to the house, and then I guess because since the other people wanted to go to sleep, they kind of like, I don't know, they just give me 1 second.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, he has to go for a second. He'll probably be back at some point. Rachel said, "I asked above if there was any missing." I'll ask him if he comes back. I will ask him. Um, I'll ask him if he knows where Washington is. I don't know if they cover it in his geography classes or not. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask him. Um, Kim said she probably thought it was just a short trip. Yeah, I think that's pretty natural that you would think like, oh, I'm just going to grab the car keys and a key card for the bank. I'm just going to duck out. I'm going to come back. But it's interesting. I worry that she didn't have a license on her, because it's actually a law in Australia that you have to have your license on you when you're driving. But hey, a lot of people don't carry it with them. Um, Tangled said his dad's friend that recommended they go check the dam. I'll ask that in a minute. Everything all
Uh,
right?
yeah, all good. It
Well,
just had to do something real quick. That's all.
that's all right. Um,
Yeah.
so I think Rachel is asking, was there anything missing from your mum's car that you guys know of?
Oh yeah. So the only the two things that I thought were really weird that were missing from the car were the car keys and the bank card. Everything else that was in the car from the holiday was there, but the car keys and the bank card.
Okay, so you're still missing. It's your mum's bank card or your dad's bank card?
My dad's bank card.
Yeah, so you're missing dad's bank card and the keys to the territory.
Yeah.
Because because someone was we were talking while you were gone, and we were saying you when you drive a car, you're supposed to have your driver's license on you when you're driving, like it's a law. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm guessing your mum just thought because we're only going down to the pub and back, I probably won't need it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe she didn't know that. I don't know how to explain it. It's probably just like she went to the other people's house, then she must have, I don't know, forgot her license or something when she got sidetracked to go to the pub. And yeah, I was also saying before about, can I continue what I was saying before?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So from that other house that I was talking about, um, the other people said they got tired, and
Yeah.
then they said that they wanted mum, dad, and Kim to go. So mum was driving, Kim was in the passenger seat, and I think dad was in the back seat.
Okay.
And they dropped dad off at his house, and then after that, they, like I said at the last stream, they were getting him quick. They were like quick to get him out the car. And yeah, he hopped out the car. Dad asked for her to go get some drinks. They got drinks. And also, just because I know Dad's watching the video, I just want to say that and he also that we saw in the photo that we saw the vodka thing in the
Yeah.
back as well, and we didn't know Mum was gonna buy that.
Oh, okay. So you think that was most likely your mum's vodka?
Mum doesn't drink vodka.
Oh, okay. So
Maybe the Kim does. I don't know, but yeah, I know
okay.
that. What was the brand of it again?
I think it was Smirnoff. Let me double check. I think it was anyway. I'll grab it again. I'll get the photo.
Yeah,
Let me grab that photo if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Here's that photo that Max is talking about. There's Dad's beers, VB, and that looks like I don't know if Dad knows or not, but that looks like it was supposed to be a 12 pack. And it looks like it's me. Oh no, maybe a 6 pack. 1, 2,
6 pack. Yeah,
6 pack, and it's
and there's
missing.
2 of them.
Yeah, 2 beers are missing. Hold on, I just lost my. We're having all sorts of trouble here tonight. Give me a sec, Max. Oh,
Oh
there we
yeah,
go.
Dad just
There,
texted me and he
yeah.
said those beers were all there when he seen, like, I don't know, but when he saw, I guess when he seen it, the beers are all in the actual case, and then I guess they just were
Ah, well,
gone.
like when your dad.
Oh wait, no, I think I know what he's talking about. When I think I know what he's talking about. When me, Dad, and his mate went to go out looking for Mum, I think those cases weren't even touched. But then on the news they were open, so I don't know.
Someone.
Maybe it's one of those detectives wanted a drink and took it.
It is hot out there, so maybe. Um, I don't know if you or your dad know this, but has the car been returned to you guys yet, or is it still with the police?
It's still at the police, and by the way, they they took my motorbike as well for testing as well.
They took your motorbike.
Yeah, and it's like my mum didn't even go any near the motorbike on the day anyway.
Oh, that's weird.
So yeah, they took that, and then yeah, they said they were going to do testing on it.
Oh, okay. And I'm
Yeah,
guessing just for like the way these investigations work, they always start at the family home. So that's like where you guys were living.
yeah,
Um, I'm guessing the cops completely searched that house at some point and did a bunch of like fingerprinting and testing and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah. So I'm just guessing because they do that with all of them. Doesn't matter what the story is, they always go back to where the person lived. So
yeah.
uh, Fed says, "What motorbike did you have, Max?"
It was like I'll send you an email and then you can search up a picture
Okay.
like of the exact motorbike it was. But hang on.
That's nice of your mum and dad to get you a motorbike.
Yeah, it's one of those like little mini bike things.
Oh, like a monkey bike. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so, like a mini Harley basically.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Probably like the coolest kid in your town with that thing.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I just sent you that thing, so
Okay. I'll check it on my phone. Seems to get it quicker. All right. Thanks. I got it. Let me have a look. So yeah, I was saying before, so you guys haven't got the car back. Okay, it's a Storm 200 mini bike. All right, Storm. All right, KB 200. Oh, is it electric or
yeah,
does it take gas?
it's a motorbike.
It's, here we go. I don't know if this is exactly the same color as your one, but I'll
I
put it
think it's
up.
a KB 200. It's a black one, I reckon.
Yeah, I see it. Let me see if I can get it up on the screen for everyone. Here we go. Like this guy?
Yeah, that's the exact one.
Oh, that's so cool. I mean,
Yeah.
you would get flying on that thing.
Yeah.
No, I think it's like 190 cc or something. Hold on. I s-
196.
Yeah. So it's a little faster than the old 50 cc little bikes they used to give to kids when I was young. It's a 6.5 horsepower engine on it. So
Yeah.
do you take it out into the sand and ride it as well?
Well, yeah, I'll do it out in the dirt and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, Rachel says, I shared all over the US. You never know who has family in South Australia. That is very true. People have family all over the world. So people are sharing your mum's story, even in America.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. Um, all right. So we talked about the car, which you guys don't have. That's annoying. Um, does dad have another car then if your car's gone?
Yeah, he bought another one,
Oh, okay. Well, that's
and he's
good.
also getting another one in the next week because when my pop passed, he gave my dad that car, so he's gonna give him that car.
Maybe you'll get that car when you turn 16 or 17.
Yeah, the other car that he has, like not the new one he's getting because that's like a good car, but like probably the one that he's using now. I don't know.
So, so basically you guys don't think you'll get that other one back anytime soon then if dad's buying a new car.
Well, he already bought a new car, but that other car he's getting is from my pop's will. It's not.
Oh,
He
okay.
didn't buy it. He gave it to him when he passed.
Passed away.
So yeah.
Um, so we know that your nan was in the news over this week. Have you been able to catch up with nan lately and see her?
Oh, I can't speak to her because of. I'll email you and about what happened and stuff. I just don't want to share it
Oh,
publicly.
okay. Yeah, that's fine. We don't
Yeah.
want any of your personal details or addresses or
Yeah.
anything like that online at all. So no, I
Yeah.
appreciate. Fair enough then. But your nan
Mm.
seems like a nice lady. She seemed like she's a pretty good person. Gayla says I've shared with friends in Australia. Lisa is from Victoria, but she says I'm sharing the story here. And oh,
I just
okay.
haven't seen the live yet. How many people are in the live?
I'm not sure how many we got. We got about 60 people right now, but it's so late at night. A lot of people, it's so late at night in America. A lot of the people will watch in the morning.
Oh yeah.
We get big views in the morning and overnight. Sean said, did they buy the bike new online? Yeah, did you get it for your
Yeah,
birthday?
online we bought it. That was 2024's Christmas.
Oh, it was your Christmas present last year.
Well, the year before last year, because last year was 2025.
Oh, right, right.
Yeah,
So you've had it a couple of years now.
probably about a year and a half or something, I think.
Oh, okay. Wow, you are a very lucky boy. Your parents treat you very well.
Yeah, they
Um,
do.
Woman of Steel said, "I hope you get your motorbike back soon, Max."
Yeah, I think we're just gonna do testing on it. So,
Yeah. Um, did they take anything else for testing that you're allowed to say?
well, they only took the like when everything else happened about the other stuff that I said I'm gonna email you
Right. Yeah.
later. What was I gonna say? The man who came there, he was like, also we're gonna take the motorbike as well, and I'm like, what? And they said we're gonna do testing on it, and it's like, Mum wasn't even at the motorbike anywhere near it when she went missing. So,
Yeah, it's odd to take a child's motorbike.
and
It's
it's also, my sister got one as well, the exact same one.
Oh, your sister had the same bike.
Yeah, but we both share that one because the other one, it's in repairing.
Oh, okay. So they didn't take her one. They just only took yours.
Nah, because that motorbike, like this motorbike, the one that I ride is hers, but like all of my all of my motorbike parts are on it because her bike mucked up. So,
Oh, okay.
and then that other bike's just like a bike without tires and stuff, and that hasn't been used for like a year, so that wouldn't have anything about Mum on it. So,
So you use the other one sort of like a parts bike to repair the other one.
yeah,
That makes sense. That's probably a good way of doing it rather than having to buy another bike again.
yeah, because they're the exact same bike. So,
Yeah, you can just repair it. So did you do the work on it or did Dad do the work to repair it?
it was kind of like my dad kind of taught me how to do it.
Oh, that's really
Like
cool.
he taught me how to he taught me how to like tie like I don't know how to explain it, but like do most of the stuff like fixing the stuff and that. So he taught me, so I know how to do it now.
So like to how to tighten bolts and position things and get
Yeah,
parts on and remove stuff. That
yeah,
that'll be that skill will help you throughout your life. If you've got a little bit of mechanical knowledge behind you, you'll use it all the time as you get older to fix things. So
yeah,
it's a good thing to practice while you're young.
yeah,
Rachel said they are just being thorough with trying to find her. Yeah, she's talking about your motorbike. Yeah, I think they just want to look at every possibility on earth about what could have happened to Mum, and that's what they're looking at. They're like, what if this
mm,
happened and what if that happened? And so they're looking at every scenario they can.
yeah. I think yeah, all the stuff that my dad taught me on it, it's like he taught me how to like replace the bearings and stuff on it and change the tires and stuff and all that stuff.
Oh, you've
So
done a
yeah.
tire change on it by yourself
I mean, I had to have a little bit of help with
because
Dad, but yeah, I was able to do it with him.
wow, that's impressive because that is not an easy job to get those tires over the rim.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
It is. Um, Let me just check through the chat. A lot of people, yeah, everyone says you live in a great place to ride this type of bike.
Yeah,
Because you couldn't do that in the city. If you own this in the city, the cops would probably take it off you in a weekend.
yeah.
So you're lucky. And your town, Endamuka, does it have a police station in it or no?
No, it only has like what do you call it? It has like a rural flying doctor service.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't have like a police station. You have to go to Roxby to do that.
A- And they would be the closest. So if you wanted to report a crime, say someone stole your bike, you'd have to go into Roxbury Downs to report it.
Nobody stole my bike.
No, I'm just saying if a crime happened, you would have to
Oh,
travel all the way to Roxbury Downs to report it.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to put that up at the moment. They paid half quite dollars. Yeah, they're expensive, I think, the motorbikes. I
They're
don't
like
but
$1,000 each.
yeah, but they say here $849 when they're full price, but actually Max's one is $1,099 for the 200cc version. So lucky kids, lucky children. Let's
Mm.
see. They Tangle Cord says, I really want to know if Dad's friend who recommended going to the dam lives near your house.
They don't live near us, but they live right next to Smurf's house. Like they're next door neighbours.
Oh, okay. So, that's just Dad's buddy, like they're just mates.
Yeah, well, they were mates, but other stuff happened, and then yeah, but
Thing
yeah,
That's all right. You don't have to go into it.
yeah,
Yeah, everyone's saying you're a lucky boy with all the cool things you have. Max, I wanted to ask you something just to not get on the bad topics for a second. Let's
yeah,
keep it light. So, this year will be your first year of high school,
yeah,
year 7.
yeah.
What is the like topic at school that you get the best grades in?
Probably maths.
Maths? That's your favorite topic?
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
if it comes to topics like that, I guess PE.
oh, you like your sport?
Yeah, sport, and I like maths because I like the equations and stuff.
Ah, hey, if you can do that, I mean, I can't even do half of the equations that they ask for year 7 people to do, even though I did it when I was at school, but I can't remember them these days. So you said you like PE and sport. Do you play any sports during the school year?
I used to play footy.
AFL or the other one?
Just like after school things.
Oh, okay. And were you pretty good at it?
I was alright.
You're all right.
Yeah.
I want Yeah, everyone's asking like, do you play AFL or anything now at school?
Nah.
I'm guessing he probably doesn't know because he's going into a new school for year 7 and they probably haven't done any of that type of stuff as of yet because in Australia, Max is on school holidays right now and school doesn't go back until are you going back in Feb or in late Jan?
Late Jan.
Yeah, so he goes back in probably a couple of weeks, and then that's when the Victorian and South Australian school year gets underway. It's sort of like term 1. So it's sort of the opposite of America. So America is coming to an end in a few months' time, and then they'll go on summer break. Max is on his summer break right now. That
Yeah,
sound
it's a
right?
lot different. Yeah, it's a lot different than America.
Yeah, well, you guys only have to go to like primary school and then to high school. But
Yeah.
Americans have to go to 3 types of school. They go to like
What?
elementary, middle, and high school.
Yeah.
So a little bit different. Um, Everyone's saying it's winter in America. Well, it's not in Australia. It is hot. It is hot, and we're in the middle of summer. Um,
Mm.
People are saying, do you switch classes, Max? I'm not sure if he would know yet. Yeah, have you done any of your like class selection for this year
I've done
yet?
transitions.
Oh, okay.
It's like where you go to school just to see how it is and that.
Yeah, sort of yeah, see where you're at.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you got a couple more weeks of school holidays left.
Yeah.
Is there anything you're gonna do before you go back? Is there anything you haven't done yet on your summer break yet?
I'll explain that in the email because of what's happened and stuff.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right, fair enough. Um, Max, is there anything else we can do for you?
No, I just, if anybody else needs to ask any questions, and I'm here to answer them. So.
Yeah, actually, you know what I'll do? Because we'll probably see Max again. Hold on. This is my email in the chat. If you have questions for another time that I have Max on, maybe email me the question when it comes to your head, and then I can ask Max. All I ask is that you keep it age appropriate, and try keep it focused on the search for his mum. Like try keep it on like that's the goal. The goal is we're trying to track down Trisha Graff. So in that, frame of mind, right? That's what you want, Max?
Yeah, that's alright.
Yeah. Also, I will repeat this when we do it every night. The South Australian Police want you to ring in on 1-800-333-000 or online at www.crimestopperssa.com.au. These two, one is a number, one is a website. These are both anonymous information sharing hotlines. So if you know anything about Trisha Graff, where she might be, or anything about what happened on that night of the 12th of December, and you are like, well, I might have seen something, but I don't want to talk to cops. I don't think it means anything, but you don't know what it means. Your little tiny thing that you saw, you might have been like, I saw a car over here, or I don't know if it's related, but the cops might actually need that information to try and find Trisha. So don't keep it to yourself. Don't be like, I don't matter. The cops don't want to talk to me. I'm just, doesn't mean anything. But no, it does. You won't know what the cops are looking for. So don't play that game. Let them decide what is information that is valuable or not. Just give them the information. So the numbers and hotline is on the bottom of the screen, 1-800-333-000 or online at crimestopperssa.com.au. And let's try and find your mum, right?
Yeah.
Um, I think one of the last questions we could maybe ask is, on the random chance that mum somehow left Blue Dam, is there any
Yeah.
other part of South Australia she might go to?
I mean, she was born in Mildura, and she has kids that live in Mildura, so she could have went back there, but I don't see why, because she hasn't seen them in like years,
Okay. And that
and
that's
she
probably
wouldn't
like you.
leave us.
No, I don't believe your mum would leave you, mate. I don't believe that. Um, I spoke to some other people who know you and know your family, and they said that you were your mum's world, and that
Wait, who did you speak to?
some other people contacted me said just from town, just saying that they had met you guys, and they just said that your mum loves you guys. So, um, I believe
Right.
them. So, but
Right.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I might head off the show now, and
Yeah,
thanks for
is
having me.
that's all right. That's all right. Just keep in touch in email, okay?
Yeah, I will. I'll explain about what's happening and stuff in the email and that.
No,
So
no worries, bud.
yeah.
Hey,
While I'm here, I just want to say thanks, Dad, for coming on the show.
no worries. No worries. We'll see you
But
again soon. All right.
see you again soon, guys.
See you,
Goodbye.
Max. Have a good night,
Bye.
Max.
You too. Bye.
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 There we go. There we go, guys. Max wanted to come on and talk about that website that he found that said that they might have found some clothing. It's wasn't nice to have to tell him that that was like clickbait fake news because it's I wish they had found clothing too. I wish they had found some clothing as well to point them in a good direction, but it's unfortunate that that wasn't a real thing. In the world of AI and people making crazy stuff up, it's hold on. I think Max accidentally came in again. Yeah, I'll just kick him. There we go. Kick guest. There we go. I think he accidentally clicked on the link again. Yeah, in the world of AI and people doing clickbait and things like that, it's very hard to tell what is real and what is not. And sometimes that's why we have to be more stringent on where we get the information from. He's back again. Uh I don't know if he wants to come back or I'm not sure what's going on. Max, if you can hear me, if you want to come back on for some reason, just turn your camera on backstage and just wave. But if you don't, oh, he does want to come back. All right, here he is. Hey, Max.
Hey, I just gonna say because my dad just reminded me when it
Okay.
comes to like the math stuff we were talking about. I
Yeah.
just remembered that like I remember like a couple years ago, I think in 2024, I got like this first place ribbon thing because I'm pretty good at. I think it was a science thing. So
Okay.
yeah, I forgot to say that I'm good at probably science and maths because there's like this thing that happened in Adelaide. I went there and I won like $250 from it. So
Oh, wow. That's
yeah,
like when I was at school, they used to call that the like double helix club, and they would do these like science and maths weekends where you would go and do things like that. That's really impressive. I hope you continue with the STEM learning, so you keep with the science and maths and technology. It'll take you
yeah,
far.
yeah. I'll probably hop off the show now.
Yeah,
Hope you have a good rest of your show, and I'll send through that email thing that I was talking about to you now.
yeah. No worries, buddy. Thanks for
Right,
coming back and
right.
telling us about your ribbon.
All good. Thank you.
Good night,
Bye.
Max.
Good night. Bye.
There we go. He wanted to tell us about a science project that he won. That's really cool. I know that's what I we used to call it when I was young. It was called double helix, and you would go out to universities on the weekend and do science experiments and trying to further the learning in the STEM subjects. So, and I'm sure these days with the sort of innovation in that area for people like Max, there's probably heaps of good stuff like that that he can get into. Maybe he will write a program eventually that gets rid of AI fake stories. That would be good. Shelby said, "What a bright, mature kid. Kudos to his parents." Yeah, he's a very clever guy. Rachel said, "Such a smart young man." I know, right? Well, you just heard he won. He won a ribbon in science where he had to travel and compete in it. That's really cool. Marlander says, reminds me of my daughter at his age, so articulate and smart. She's a doctor now. Maybe he will do something like that. Sean says, he seems optimistic. Yeah, I mean, I think they just want to keep the search alive for Trisha. They just want to keep it in the media because if you search her name, so if I put into Google Trisha Graff, right now, the stories, there's not many. I mean, the majority of articles came out a few days ago. That's it. And the ones that sort of had the big updates in it, the last one was the 6th of January. So about 11 days ago, that was sort of the big update from South Australian Police. So it's not being talked about every single day. And I think that's what Max would like, is for people to keep talking about her and make sure people don't forget that there's a woman out there, his mom, who needs to come home. And they just want to make sure people are not getting bored, not stopping paying attention to the subject, and they just want that search to continue. So I hope if you live around that area and you own property out there, there's a lot of people who own many acres of land. When you're traveling around, keep an eye out. And if you see anything, report it to those numbers that we were talking about before. So if you're like someone who owns like cattle, maybe, I don't know what they have out there, some sort of animals or whatever, and you have to look through your property every week, keep an eye out. If you see anything that shouldn't be there, contact South Australian Police. Rachel said, we will keep talking and sharing. I agree. Kim says, it's been so long. It's been 1 month and 5 days. 1 month and 5 days since Trisha Graff was last seen. All right. So very kind of Max to come on. It's always lovely to hear from him, even on a Saturday afternoon. But I have a couple of other stories that I want to get to. And the big one that we wanted to talk about was what is going on at Phillip Island. And this story, like I was telling you at the start of the show, it has so many twists and turns. I don't know if, like I said, you would believe me if I told you what happens at the end. So how about let's go to what happened 2 days ago, and let's show you what happened on Phillip Island. By the way, if Max is watching, I don't know if Dad's keeping an eye on him, but this topic might be a little too far. So, not that I'm his dad. It's not my job, but this will talk about what it looks like on the screen. Where's Phillip Island? All right, let me show you where Phillip Island is. Phillip Island. So Phillip Island is in Victoria, and it's an island like what you think it is. And I'm going to show you. It is here. So it is like southeastern Victoria. So I'm just trying to find a good map that has like the whole of Victoria to show you. A lot of them show the island, but not the okay, that's a good one. Okay. So Phillip Island is down here. If we zoom in, it's right down here. So where that orange circle is, it's down there. Oh, geez. It's jumped on us. There we go. It's right here. So it's like a little island. It's sort of like inland a little bit on the coast. It's got this little divot here in Victoria, and the island's sort of just in there. And it's really popular. They used to do like motorbike racing on the island. It's quite well known for that. And yeah, so it's a little tiny island in the southeastern part of Victoria. And yeah, it's like a nook, right? And it has a racetrack. So they actually do like motorbike racing, and there's a Grand Prix up there every year. Shelby says, does anyone know what size the skull is? They believe it is an adult. My information says it's an adult. All right, let's go here.
Remains have been discovered in a grim find at a holiday house on Phillip Island. Near retired tells us plumbers were digging in the backyard when they unearthed a skull and other bones.
A quiet seaside town rocked by a dark mystery. Human remains discovered at this holiday house in Silverleaves.
You go through quite a range of emotions, from disbelief through to shock.
Tradies were installing a septic tank in the backyard when they unearthed a skull and vertebrae around 8 this morning.
It was pretty obvious what they'd found because, we went into the backyard and saw what was going on.
Based in Melbourne, Greg and his wife have owned the property for 3 years.
It's our holiday home and we love it. It's a beautiful area. Love it dearly.
The major crime scene unit descended on Hazelwood Court with homicide detectives going door to door.
It's a bit scary, a bit off-putting.
Forensic officers on their hands and knees, sifting through backyard soil.
To discover that somebody's lost their life here, just in such a beautiful beach area, is really upsetting.
9 News has been told the remains belong to an adult and may have been there for some time, while the state's top detectives are now looking at whether this could be linked to a high-profile cold case. Those living here hope this discovery can finally bring answers to a grieving family.
I'm hopeful that it's somebody's very sad story, which will now come to closure.
Let's go live now to Neri Tai at the scene. Neri, what's the next step in this investigation?
Brett, police have spent most of today combing through this backyard. They've spent their time really slowly going through each section of the soil to see if there are any more human remains. We know that this isn't a known Indigenous burial site, and so now those bones will now need to be taken away to be forensically tested. That could take weeks or even months. Brett?
So when this happened, everyone's minds instantly went to a woman who has not been seen in, I think it's since the late 80s. And it's a very popular cold case. And the woman's name is Vivian Cameron. And Vivian Cameron has never been located. In 1986 on Phillip Island, a young woman called Beth Bernard was savagely murdered, and her boyfriend's wife, Vivian Cameron, went missing. The police immediately jumped to what they thought was the obvious conclusion. In jealous rage, Vivian had killed Beth and then herself, but Vivian's body was never found. But if they find a body in this way, she can't bury herself in a garden. So people are like, well, if it does turn out to be her, who might have buried her? And is there someone walking around with a terrible secret? And that's sort of what people are getting very interested in, because it's not often that something like this happens on Phillip Island. It's a very small community. There are a lot of people that live there, but a lot of people use the place for holiday homes. So they're not always there. They might be rented out, all sorts of things. Gail said would be him, right? So it could have been the husband. All right, I'll take you to another sort of bit about it here.
Remains in a Phillip Island backyard have been linked to the coastal town's most infamous murder mystery. It's been 40 years since a local mother vanished, with doubts now surrounding the regional police theory of what happened to her. Eliza Rogue explains.
Greg still can't believe his simple holiday plumbing job has now turned into a homicide squad investigation after tradies accidentally dug up human remains in his backyard.
The phone was blowing up, our socials were blowing up.
The skull and bones were found yesterday in a shallow grave, sending the rumour mill in Phillip Island into overdrive.
It's pretty spooky. Well, that's a bit sus, isn't it? Or something shifty's going on.
Local mum Vivian Cameron vanished in 1986.
It's essentially a closed case, but the only problem is nobody on the island believes this is what happened.
The police theory, supported by coronial inquests, was that Miss Cameron killed her husband's mistress, Beth Barnard, then took her own life, but her body has never been found.
So when remains are found, it's only natural that people think, well, if she didn't jump off the bridge, she has to be somewhere.
The property was built on a vacant block sometime in the 1980s and was a holiday home for years with plenty of visitors. The remains aren't believed to be Indigenous, but could still be historical, from an early settler who did didn't necessarily meet with foul play.
We do know that another person is involved, at least in that internment, even if they weren't involved in the death itself.
The mystery will be solved by forensic testing, expected to take months.
Extracting DNA from those teeth, they can then match that to a potential known person in a database, missing person, for example.
Police originally told the owners that they would be here digging for a few days, but then they were all done within hours, saying they'd retrieved all they needed, for now at least.
It would be nice if somebody got closure. It really would.
There you go. By the way, that author that was on that video, I reached out to her a couple of days ago, and I guess I'm maybe not famous enough for her because she never got back to me. I was hoping to have her on tonight so we could talk more about her book and how it might connect to this story, but never got back to me. So must not be as famous as Channel 9 News for her. Gayla said, "Get it all out of my garden." Yeah, that's interesting, right? They're like, "Oh, we have enough for now." What do you mean for now? I mean, you can just stay here for as long as you want and just take all the body parts. Like, don't come back in like 5 months and get the rest of it. You can have all of it now while it's already dug up. They might as well do the damage to the lawn right now. I find that interesting. I hope they don't have to come back. Kelly says, "Almost famous ping." That should be my new name. That should be my new name. Because that's how I live my life. All right. Yeah. So actually, that author wrote a book about it, and she's been looking into it for years about this other woman, Vivian, and it would be really a strange thing if that ends up being how that Phillip Island murder mystery is resolved because of a tradie installing a septic tank comes across a body that's been missing for decades. I mean, you hear weirder things, but it's pretty weird. Kim says, "Don't leave anything." Yeah, this one will be solved, hopefully. Gayla said, "Plumbers can't dig anything if they leave. Plumbers can't dig anything else if they leave anything." Yeah, you would think it would be a crime scene, that they wouldn't be able to do any more installation of the tank or whatever. That is a good point. You would think that it would be, I don't know, that they would be told you have to wait till they're finished. I don't know, but it'll take a few months, and then we're probably going to get an update whether these remains that they found are connected to Vivian or they're not. If it comes back that they are, great. We solved what happened to Vivian, not who put her there or how she got there, but at least we know where Vivian got to. The other one is a bit more scary. If it comes back that it has nothing to do with Vivian, well, who exactly is it then? And how come the police don't have a record of a missing person in that locale? So, either answer we get is going to lead to more questions, unfortunately. Kayla said, "I'm not going to continue that job. Not if I'm the plumber." Sean said they found her Toyota Land Cruiser, but do you know where? Near a cliff. Let me have a look. It's not one that I know a ton about, hence why I wanted to have the author on the show. But on September 23rd, 1986, the Toyota Land Cruiser driven by Vivian Cameron was located and parked near the San Remo Bridge on the New Haven side of Phillip Island, Victoria. So that is probably why they think that she S-worded, is because it was right near that bridge. So they're probably thinking she drove up to it, parked the car, got out, and jumped, is what I'm thinking. Now, here is the bridge. I'm going to show you a photo of it. Pretty big. You definitely could hurt yourself if you were jumping off it. So there is the bridge. It's pretty high. I would think if you did that, your chance of living is not great. Very violent. Yeah. Gayla said, "Who built the property as it was an open lot when this case started?" I believe it was someone who rented it out as a holiday home for a number of years. The people who were doing this work on it, they've only owned it for a couple of years. The people that owned it beforehand owned it for a very long period of time. And yeah, they're saying it was rented out frequently as a holiday home. So there's been hundreds of people who have rented the property and stayed there for a short period of time. So it makes it even more confusing because who knows, like, who could have stayed there or whatever. Laura said, "Where is the rest of the body?" Oh no, I think they found it. I believe they found the rest of it. They found a skull. They found a vertebrae, a neck. I believe they probably found the rest of it. Carolina said, "Is the husband still alive?" That's a good question. I actually don't know. What's his name? Let's have a look. So by the boyfriend's wife, a young woman called Beth Bernard was savagely murdered by her boyfriend's wife. Vivian Cameron went missing. Hold on. Let's go to the Wikipedia. So his name is Fergus Cameron. Fergus Cameron. That's how it is. I don't know. I'm gonna try go to an article. None of them tell me whether he is still around or not. Let's have a look. They're saying speculation that the bones could be those of missing woman Vivian Cameron has mounted because it is likely the land where the skull was dug up was vacant when it changed hands in 1983 and was probably not built on until after 1986 when Miss Cameron vanished the same night as the murder of her husband's young lover, Beth Bernard. There's a photo of him. I'll put it in a different thing here. That is him. And they're saying Fergus was understood to be having an affair with his farmhand, Beth. They say police at the time accepted that the distraught Vivian killed her husband's lover, carving the letter A into the body, and then jumped off the San Remo Bridge into the fast-flowing tidal waters. They're saying coronial inquests in 1987 and 1988 supported that theory. So the two coronial inquests are saying that that's what they believe happened. And okay, so a person called Robert William Joyce owned the property up until 2008 when it was then sold to Michael Brain and his wife Teresa, who resold it in 2021 to the current owners. So that is the chain of command. Can't say I know any of those names, but I'm just trying to find out whether that husband is alive. Even this article that I'm reading about the original story, it doesn't tell me whether he is currently alive or not. I don't know. Sorry to be a bearer of bad news. Like the Scarlet Letter, sort of, except she carved it into the body. Yes, I do have it. It is, let me grab it for you. 7 Silverview Court on Phillip Island. So it is here. By the way, please don't harass the people that own the property. Don't go onto their property without permission. Don't go there and do a podcast out the front. Don't do that. 7 Silverview Court. When was San Remo Bridge built? Let me have a look. I think it probably would have been before. When was it built? November 21st, 1969. It was built to replace an older suspension bridge built in the 1940s. So it is way before any of this happened. Way before. Okay, 7 Silverview Court. All right, let's have a look. If I can get my maps up and running. Is that it? That's not it. Okay. Hmm. Hold on. Did I? Yeah, Silverview Court. Nope. Victoria. Nope. I don't know. It's not coming up on my search. I'd probably need like 20 minutes to try and track it down on the map, and I don't want to put you guys through that. But that is the address we are given for it. Silverview Court. I mean, I could go through the whole island and try and find it. What? Hold on. Sean, what's wrong? That's his phone number? All right. Thanks, Sean. I will try and do something with that. But there you go. Let's have a look. Silverview. I'm just trying to see if it's on the main part of the island. They have a Koala Street. I don't think we want Koala Street. I'm probably gonna need some more time, so I don't want to put you guys through it for like 15 minutes while I look for it. Aussies don't do that crap just in the USA. Wow. Give you the number. He lives. I have his mobile number if I want to call it. I don't know if we should call him and be like, hey, you know that body they just found? Did you put it there by any chance? Do you know anything about it? Is that your ex-wife Vivian? Do you want to come on my YouTube channel and talk about Vivian? You sure? No? Wait, did he just hang up? I don't think I think he's gone. Yeah, I don't think he would be appreciative if we started calling him and harassing him about his ex-partner who killed his lover and them just finding a new body 2 days ago. Kathy said, I want a koala. I don't think we're allowed to import them, unfortunately. Hold on. Who is messaging Ping? Yep. Thanks, Sean. I don't know. Maybe I'll send him like a cheeky message at some point, and I'll be like, "Hey, my name's Beth." No, I won't do that. Gail said, sounds like a country song. A little bit, right? So your wife kills your lover, which is crazy. And then they say she is so distraught over what has happened, you cheating on her, but then her also killing your lover, that she takes off to the bridge, San Reno Bridge, and then throws herself off it in sort of like a last, act. It's very dramatic. It's very much like an old love story murder book. Like it reminds me of a book from, you know, 30 years ago. Let's have a look. I saw that apparently, I don't know if this is actually the photo, but I'll show it to you. Hold on. Phillip Island. Okay, it says on channel 10, so I'm gonna take it as it is. But apparently this is it from Channel 10 News. Here is the skull that they found. So this just rolled out of the sand, apparently. It just came out of the earth, and then they found more of it when they kept sort of rummaging around. So I don't know why Channel 10 is posting this, but everywhere else I have seen has had it blurred. Oh no, apparently. Oh, okay. People have been posting it. Here you go. So here's the original photo. Someone said, I have a mate on Phillip Island. They just found this. I guess police showed up 20 minutes ago. I can't get the picture to upload, but they're just saying that they did eventually upload it. And this came from a guy who knew the plumbers, apparently. Montana said it looks female. Could be. So this made it out into the wider community before the police even turned up. People were already putting it on social media. Shows you how fast like things like this move in the community. That's what I was saying to Max before. If they had found clothes related or possibly related to his mum, it would be all over the internet in minutes. In minutes, they would be everywhere because whoever found it would have told a friend, and they would have told another friend who's into true crime that posted on Facebook, and then someone reads it and gives it to a podcaster, probably me, and then I tell you guys. Like it would have been very quick. Laura T said, threw herself off the bridge, swam to shore, walked home, and buried herself. Yeah, happens all the time. Yeah, apparently. Robbie said, I've been there to see the penguins. Yeah, they have penguins up there that you can go and visit. They have is it the fairy penguins that they have at Phillip Island? Phillip Island. I have never been, but Mrs. Ping really wants to go and see the penguins. She loves penguins and anything that's sort of soft and fluffy, so she would like to go and see them. I know that is on her wish list. She wants to go see the animals. Look at this. They have like an area where you can view them while they like toddle past. How cute. You can watch them from like an underground thing. A field trip with Ping again. We could do that. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I had to help Mrs. Ping for like 2 minutes. Montana says, take Mrs. Ping any place she'd like. She deserves it. You know, I was speaking with Trish and Stacy the other night. I was like, I'm so desperate for a holiday because we have worked basically through the year and last year too. And even when we took a holiday last December, we were going to a wedding. So we were racing around. It wasn't really a holiday. And then this year we did the trials and she was ill and she was in hospital and um but we literally can't do it. We can't do it. There's several reasons which I'm not going to go into that we can't. We physically cannot go on holiday. And it sucks because we both need a holiday after last year, but can't do it. So might have to wait till 2027, unfortunately. Chipmunk said, "Yep, take her to see the penguins." Well, we could do that on the weekend. Phillip Island's not far from me. I can drive to Phillip Island in couple of hours. Couple of hours. I could go out there. It's not that far from Ping. All right. So, if I ever get in touch with this author, I hope to be able to bring her on the show. Don't know if she'll ever agree to it, but we can talk about her book. We can like tell people like where to buy it, and if you want to know more about Vivian Cameron, you can purchase her book. But don't know if she'll ever get back to me at all. So we'll see. But what was talking about last year? What was the big story that Ping did last year? What was the biggest story that Ping covered in 2025? I'm going to give you guys a minute, but I'm guessing you all know what it was. If you guessed the death cap mushroom murders from last year, then you are right. Apparently, I brought to you a couple of weeks ago that California was having a very unusual outbreak of death cap mushroom poisoning. Well, apparently it is continuing. In California, it is still happening. Now they're calling it the largest outbreak we've seen in California, and that there's been like dozens of people hospitalized, and then there's been 3 people die. And they're saying an exceptionally wet December has contributed to an abundance of death cap mushrooms or Amanita phalloides on the Central Coast and Northern California, causing what officials describe as an unprecedented outbreak of severe illness and death among people who consume the fungi. Public health officials are issuing a second warning this winter, this time urging the public against foraging for wild mushrooms, noting that many people have mistakenly eaten the death cap and then they've either got severe liver damage or death. They have died. And they say this is probably the largest outbreak we've seen in California ever. They've reported 35 death cap related illness, including 3 fatalities and 3 liver transplants between November and January. Affected people were aged between 19 months old and 67 years old. So basically, from newborn children or like, little babies, all the way up to our elderly people. It's crazy. I don't know. Did people not watch the trial from Australia? Did that not happen? But apparently, just a week ago, a guy died. They had another death in California. I'm going to take you out there to KTVU for more.
Sonoma County has issued an urgent health warning regarding wild mushrooms, which are sprouting up across the entire Bay Area, posing extreme danger to people of all ages and their pets. KTVU's Tom Vakar joins us from the city of Sonoma to explain tonight. Tom?
Well, if you're going to buy these, always buy them at a grocery store or farmer's market because they're regulated and because they are inspected. Because if you think you're going to do your own picking, well, your health could take a whipping.
If you eat this mushroom, you could die from it.
A Sonoma County man picked and ate some wild so-called death cap mushrooms that poisoned and killed him last weekend, the third such California death since last November.
It can be as little as one mushroom. They are very poisonous.
Dr. Michael Stacy is Sonoma County's interim health officer.
A lot of this death cap mushroom right now growing because of the weather conditions. And so this year in particular, we've seen many more cases than we typically do.
This is extremely unusual because even nationwide, the average number of wild mushroom deaths is just 3 a year out of some 7,400 annual poisonings, of which 86% result in no or minor illnesses. Extreme weather promotes mushroom growth, and our weather this rainy season so far has seen 3 deaths plus 35 severe wild mushroom poisonings and 3 liver transplants.
I wouldn't trust myself to go out and pick mushrooms of any kind really right now, because it takes really an expert to be able to make a differentiation between a poisonous mushroom or non-poisonous mushroom.
The photo they showed there, and I'll put it back up, this is a death cap mushroom. This is a destroying angel. Destroying angels also grow in the UK, and death caps do as well. A destroying angel is an amanita species of mushroom as well. Same with death cap as well. Death cap's the more well-known one, but in the UK, most people are poisoned by destroying angel, not death cap. Now, I don't know if these have just as much poison as the death cap, but they are part of the same sort of genus. They are Amanita or Amanita. They're the same thing, just different mushrooms. So death cap is Amanita phalloides, and this one's an Amanita something else, and basically means that they're part of that cap family, and most of them in the Amanita genus are poisonous. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them are, and you probably want to stay away from anything in the Amanita family, and that's probably why they have it on the screen, because the destroying angel and the death cap will both make you very sick. So destroying angel is a more ominous name. I know, right? It's very like, you go, what happens if I eat this mushroom? And they're like, angel. Yeah, you're gonna angel. You're gonna turn into one, and it's gonna destroy you. There you go. It's in the name. Although death cap is in the name too. They're like, what does this do? And they're like, death. It's in the name. Look, eat this, equal death. You just die. That's it. Rachel said my niece lost her dog from mushroom poisoning a few weeks ago. That's not the first time I've heard that, and I'm very sorry for your niece's loss. But I've heard that before, that dogs will eat death cap mushroom, and it can make them very ill. Chipmunk said not everyone ate Smarties as kids. What is a Smartie? Not everyone ate Smarties? Okay. Yeah, it's very sad that your niece lost her dog. Diane said my phone was updated and couldn't comment. Yes, they are warning everyone here about the death cap growing. Yeah, it's bonkers. Yeah, I'll play the rest of it.
Mushroom or non-poisonous mushroom.
One such expert is Julie Schreiber, chef, winemaker, a nationally known mushroom expert, foraging leader, and educator. A major reason for all the poisonings, an explosion of mushrooms.
It's been a banner year for mushroom foraging, so there's just been tons of mushrooms in people's yards, and so the amount of people collecting is higher.
Few of us has any idea of what is and is not toxic. So, taking a wild mushroom foraging class is essential for safety.
I personally took a mushroom identification class about 35 years ago, and I've been foraging and teaching people about foraging for a long time. And I also teach people about cooking and eating mushrooms. And I still feel like there's a lot that I don't know.
So if you're not absolutely certain that what you picked is not poison, never ever eat it.
You know, I feel like with the trial from last year for Aaron Patterson, I became a bit of an expert on death cap mushrooms and what they look like because we got a crash course during the trial from a mushroom expert or a fungi expert, a professor. And I can tell you that this was actually one of the things they were pointing out. I'll drag it back a little bit. They had a little one. Where is it? Here. And they were saying that a lot of people pick it when they look like this, thinking it's a different type of mushroom, but actually this is a death cap. This is a baby death cap before it breaks. So it has a veil, and the veil as it grows up and that cup spreads out, it breaks that veil. And then that's actually one of the ways you can identify death cap mushrooms is by that veil that they have and the color of it. And this one, you can see it has that sort of greeny yellow on the top of the cup. It has the bright white stem, and I bet you the gills underneath would be bright white. And that is some of the ways you can know how to find a death cap. It's not perfect. Like that girl said, she's been doing it for over 35 years and still isn't always 100% sure because there's so much variation in nature. The ones over here might look like this. The ones over here with different sunlight, moisture, growing conditions might look something different. Very difficult to know. Uh, Carolina said, this is where laziness pays off. Just buy them at the store. Rachel said, I only pick morels. Oh, they're great. I wish they grew here, but they don't. You're very lucky if you get morels that grow wild near you. I would probably not eat them from the wild, though. Diane said, I love mushrooms, but I'll buy mine at the store. Montana said, I remember you talking about the veil. If I can go back through my documents, I might be able to find they gave us some of the evidence we got was like a whole thing on how to identify mushrooms and types of mushrooms and what death caps are. I'll have to go through my files from last year and we can maybe have a look at it another time. So still got a couple of things from the evidence folder I think we haven't gone through. That evidence folder was pretty big. So maybe we can do that another time and do some Erin Patterson. That would be fun. We haven't done anything for her in a while. All right. Let's see. What else do I have on my list of things to do tonight? What else do we have? I'm just closing some links up. We got far too many tonight. Far too many. All right. All right. Let me see what other stories that we haven't done. Nope. Okay. Let's go to San Bernardino County in California. Hold on, guys. So there was a missing woman 25 years ago, and they have charged someone over the crime recently. And I want to go out to it. Come on. Nothing is loading tonight, apparently. Come on, guys. All right, here we go. Suspect arrested in killing 25 years after Southern California, SoCal, woman vanished from work. This woman just vanished from work. Her name is Susan. Susan Seitz Fenton was reported missing April 14, 2001, after she left home for a night shift at Mervyn's store in Victorville and did not return home. And they're saying during the initial investigation, detectives learned Susan took a break and walked into the parking lot and never returned to work or home. They said evidence of a physical altercation was found the next day when authorities located her abandoned car. Another day later, on April 16, her body was discovered near Mariposa Road and Ranchero Street. So they found her body not too far away in Hesperia. Investigators determined that she was 37 at the time, had been kidnapped, essayed, and shot, but were unable to identify who might have done it. In 2025, the cold case homicide team continued the investigation and identified the suspect as Raymond Silva Gonzalez. He's 51 years old, is a local resident of the area, was arrested after homicide detectives obtained a warrant and booked him on suspicion of murder. There you go. Authorities did not provide any information about what connected him to her death. He currently remains in custody without bail. Hopefully, we get a press conference for this one in the near future because I am very interested in what they found 25 years later to be able to pick this guy up that they didn't have 25 years ago. Was it DNA? Was it, uh, you know, something like what Othram does? Is that what got them? Genetic genealogy? Maybe. But 25 years is a long time to wait. I want to try and find something about her. Let's try and I want to see if there's anything about her that we can go to. I wonder if it's because there is no press conference that they have not done any media on it. But back a few years ago, they had this homicide cold case, victim Susan, and they were looking for tips in it. This was only a couple of years ago. It was a homicide cold case. They found her deceased in the desert near the intersections of Mariposa Road and Ranchero Street in Hesperia. And they're saying she'd been reported missing when she failed to return home from work. But now, 25 years later, they have the guy, some random Raymond Gonzalez. How he knew her, how he knew she would be in the car park that night. I'm trying to see if we can find anything else about it. There's very little. It's very strange. I would have thought this would be a huge case, but it's really not. They're saying arrest made in 25-year cold case. Woman was fatally shot, essayed at the time of her death. Did they have anything about him? Apparently, they arrested him via SWAT team on Friday. He was in custody without bail at the High Desert Detention Center on suspicion of murder. And what else are they saying? Apparently, Susan was reported missing by her husband after she didn't come home from a night shift at a retail store in Victorville. Let's see what else. So, investigators later learned that she was taking a break when she walked into the store parking lot and never returned. So someone abducted her from her workplace, took her out to the desert, shot, and then SA'd her, or one or the other, and somehow got away with it for 25 years. I would like to know what drove them to picking him up. Like, what was it? Because it doesn't tell us in any of the news articles about it. Yeah, I'm just having a look. So apparently this is where they found her body, apparently. If it'll load. There we go. Here. This is where they found her body, out here. What a desolate, horrible place to be your like final resting place. Horrible. But they're just saying in 2025, the cold case homicide team continued the investigation and identified the suspect as Raymond Silva Gonzalez. That's it. They're not saying how they found him, what drove them to locate her. Jeez, good work, Bing. Sorry, guys. There you go. Yeah. Nothing. We don't know. Montana said, what else has he done in 25 years? I know, right? That's what a lot of that area looks like. Still horrible to be, you know, cooped up and then killed in that area and just dumped her. Just dumped her. That's it. Horrible. Look, hopefully we get a press conference on Monday in regards to that one. I can't imagine why they wouldn't, because it's such a big case. Okay, let me see what else we have to catch up on. I'm sure we got a lot of stories that we have to. Okay. Okay. Second person charged after missing teen found shot and killed in Candler Creek. Now, this is in North Carolina, and they're saying a 20-year-old woman now faces charges related to the shooting death of an 18-year-old man in November. Now, we did this story. The person who died is called Joseph Rose, and now we're starting to hear who would have wanted to hurt Joseph Rose. Now, the person they arrested is Avery Kate Deeds, and she's been charged with concealment of Joseph Rose's death. Yeah, let me see if I can get a better article for it. Weird. Okay. We'll have to play this one.
New charges for a second person related to the fatal shooting of a teenager. 20-year-old Avery Kate Deeds was arrested and charged for concealing 18-year-old Joseph Rose's death and disturbing his remains. Rose was reported missing back in November by his sister. Deputies found his body in December and determined his death to be a homicide. The Buncombe County Sheriff's Office arrested 21-year-old Jonathan Polino for Rose's death. Right now, Deeds' bond is set at $80,000. New charges for a second person related to the fatal shooting of
All right, let's go back to September and we'll go to up here.
Second person has now been arrested in connection to a murder of an 18-year-old. Now, Joseph Rose was reported missing in early December in Buncombe County. He was later found dead at a home in Candler. Rose was shot in the head. Now, today, deputies announced the arrest of Avery Keys. She's charged with concealment of an unnatural death. A week after Rose's body was found, deputies arrested Jonathan Polino. He's charged with first-degree murder. Polino remains behind bars in the Buncombe County Jail.
All new for you at 10 o'clock, a double homicide shocking a small upstate community.
Yeah, very small update about Joseph Rose's death and who is going to be charged over it, including this young woman. I hope to bring you more on it. It's a very strange, tiny update, even though someone has now been charged in relation to his death, but no one seems to want to cover it. I don't know what this story is, but now I want to know about this one. So I'm going to try and look it up. What is it? It is, yeah, here. Larry Moore. Larry Moore and Sandra Moore were found in their home along Cromer Moore Drive near Long Creek Highway by a family member. And they're saying here, the husband and wife were found in their Westminster home on Thursday night. Their deaths had now been classified as a homicide. So let me try and find out more about Larry and Sandra. All right. Let's see if we can find out. All right. I'm going to play this one for you and then I'll give you more information. Oh, good work.
All new for you at 10 o'clock. A double homicide shocking a small upstate community. Officials say husband and wife, 76-year-old Larry Moore and 75-year-old Sandra Moore, were found dead inside their home from traumatic injuries. Investigators in Oconee County say they need your help tonight.
And that's where we find Fox County's Alexa Urbach tonight with more.
The Oconee County Sheriff's Office says 76-year-old Larry Moore and his wife, 75-year-old Sandra Moore, were found dead inside their home just after 9 o'clock Thursday night, right here where they lived along Cromer Moore Drive.
Salt of the earth people who didn't deserve this. That's how one neighbor described the Moores. Officials say a relative discovered the Westminster couple during a check-in on Thursday after family members had not heard from them since early in the week. Deputies calling their deaths suspicious. Autopsies revealed both died from traumatic injuries.
How horrible for the friend that had to go there looking for them and then found them dead. I mean, that must be traumatic even for them. And then to understand that these people were violently killed. And you go, who would want to hurt people of this age range? Like they're 75 and 76 years old, and they were longtime members of the church. Like, why and who? It's strange. Like, was it a robbery gone wrong? Who would want to break into their house and hurt them? They're older people. Like, they're not posing a threat to anyone. They're not hurting anyone. It's very strange. But they're saying here authorities have not said when the couple were killed or how long they may have been inside the home before being discovered, or whether investigators believe the attack was targeted or random. No arrests have been made in this particular homicide as of yet, but they were found on January 15, shortly after 9 p.m. at night, after a family member went to the couple's home after no one could reach them and then found them in that way in the home. So you would have to ask the family how long have they sort of not been reachable for, and when was the last time someone spoke to them or saw them? So yeah, let's hope it isn't a family member. Hug said, traveling this weekend, just saying hi, we'll watch in replay. Watched interview with that brave young man. Are you talking about Mr. Max? Yeah, Max was on earlier. So you can catch up with what's going on in the Trisha Graff investigation at the start of the show. Okay, I want to have a look. Where is their home very quickly? Where do they live? Blue Ridge Mountains. Okay. Oconee County. Where is that? Let's have a look for the county. South Carolina. Let's see on a map. Okay. So what area did they live? This is the county here. They lived in Westminster, so up here. So they lived in this tiny little town. Let me see if I can get a street. Cromer Moore Drive. All right, can we see that on the map? Cromer Moore Drive. I don't know if we'll be able to. Cromer Moore Drive. No, that's Wahala. We wanted a different town. All right. Having a look around the streets and trying to find out if we can see where they lived at all. I don't see their street. I'm just trying to have a quick look for it. Yeah, it's not immediately obvious which street it might be. Hmm. All right. I'll try one more trick. Okay, I think I found it. Yep, that looks like it. Okay. So they live down here. And it looks like there's only like 2 houses on the street. Look, there's this one here, and there's one up the top right here. But that's it. There's only 2 homes, and I don't know which one they lived in, but both of them I would consider, very isolated. And next door is a church. I don't know if that's the church they went to, but there is a church next door. I might suspect that this home and the church might be together, and this house is a separate property. So this might be their home, this one. They don't give us a number. Found in their home along Cromer Moore Drive near Long Creek Highway, but they don't give us a photo of it. Let me check the video. It looks like it's this one actually. It looks like this is their home here. This one. Um Yeah, I'm gonna guess it is this one at the front, because in the videos, that's what it looks like. It doesn't look like this one here. It looks like this property right here. So you could sneak off the highway and get in here, no problem. No one would ever see you. And with all this bush here, like all the forest, look how deep it is. No one would ever know you were here. And that might be part of why it took so long for anyone to notice they were dead. Someone impatient for an inheritance? Maybe, but it's awful. The fact that I know they had a home. There's one here. There's 2 here. This one, and then there's a home back here, and then the church right here. Even this one here. So there's a couple of homes surrounding it, and then maybe another property in here, 9989. There might even be another home snuck in here. But even still, it's pretty isolated. Even if we go across the road, look, there's nothing around. It's forest. A lot of forested area. Look. There's like not really any neighbors. It's very, very quiet. So these poor people, someone got into that home, hurt them, and were able to get out without anyone noticing. I just gotta hope that someone's got a camera. Yeah, Max is the best. Yep. This is awful. You don't think you're gonna make it to that age in life, in your mid to late 70s, and then be sort of hunted down by someone. Awful, awful. I hope again that it's not a family member because that's like the ultimate insult. Really is. Um, when they give us more information and a better press conference for this one, I will do more on it because I would like to know who is sick enough to go and do that to elderly people. Like, really, those people need to be taken off the street because how could you break into these people's home? Look at them. They look like everyone's nan, and grandpa. They look like people you would see on a greeting card. They look like the quintessential grandparents. She looks like everyone's nana. He looks like everyone's grandpa. And how could you go into that home and hurt them? So terrible, really awful. Um, and let me just search one other thing for it. Definitely being treated as a homicide, but no suspects as of yet. Let me try here. Okay. Last contacts with the family were earlier in the same week that they were found. They were found on Thursday, the 15th of January. So only like a day or so ago. But people had spoken to them earlier in the same week. So they hadn't been there that long. Sounds like at least, not that long. All right. Let me take you out to another one with
Say they found a
Yahoo.
husband. The coroner says their deaths are being investigated as a homicide.
Thanks. Thanks for all your good information. What the hell? That was terrible. Let me reboot that.
An investigation is underway after deputies say they found a husband and wife dead in a home near Westminster. The Oconee County Coroner's Office says deputies were called to that home on Cromer Moore Drive at around 9 last night. That call placed by a family member asking for a welfare check. Upon arrival, that's where investigators say they found 76-year-old Larry Moore and 75-year-old Sandra Moore dead at the scene. The coroner says their deaths are being investigated as a homicide.
All right. If we get more information about Larry and Sandra, I will let you know and I'll keep an eye out for it because I want to know what type of sick person could do that to them. Actually, here's a good photo. That looks like the home. So it is that first one. Um, it's that one? Okay. On the map we had, there's a home in the trees here. Look. There's a home right here. 9989. It's this home. I thought it was this one facing the street here, but it's not. It's this one in the trees right here. And when you look at that article from Yahoo, it's that one, not the other one. Where's my article? Here. There you go. See? It's within all that trees. And then there's another home to the right here. So it's that one right there. Very secluded, especially surrounding all those trees. Very, very, yeah, it's camouflaged. Someone could get in there and I don't think you'd know. It is very hidden. I don't think you would like unless they've got windows wide open and people could see in driving past. I think it's almost the perfect place for a crime because no one's ever going to see it. Yeah, let me make it bigger for you guys. There you go. It's tucked away all the way back there. All the way back in the trees sort of thing. So very hidden. I reckon the person who went in there would have known that. They would have known. All right, that'll be the last one for tonight. We've been on over 2 hours already. It's almost 7 p.m. local time. Yeah, I'll be back in the morning. Back in the morning? Yes, we'll be back on. Actually, tomorrow I won't be back on in the morning because the 49ers are playing the Seahawks tomorrow, and I'll be on after the 49ers and Seahawks game. So whenever that finishes, I'll be on to hang out with you all. Okay? Hey, thank you so much to the people who support this channel. People like Sean and our new person from last night. I don't want to read your name out, but thank you very much for becoming a member. You guys are amazing. I can only do this work when people help with the funding of the channel. So I appreciate it. It's very kind of you all. And, you know, that's how we do it. So I'll be back tomorrow, okay? Yeah, I will have a good evening. Thank you for all your help. Good night, everyone. Bye.